Hi, so what we'll do in this video, we'll walk you through how to make money from your free bet. So obviously we've placed our qualifying bet and we've made a slight loss on that, and now we have qualified for this £5 free bet off Sky. So what we'll do, we'll hope to make around £3.50, £4 of this free bet. How I do it is normally try and, from a free bet, I try and make 75% of it. So if it was a £10 free bet, then I try and make £7.50 of it. That's sort of rule of thumb. When you're first starting out, you might not be able to make as much, because on a free bet you need the odds to be close together, but ideally you want them to be a little bit higher as well. And if the odds are a little bit higher, then you need more money in your exchange to be able to place that bet. So you might only be able to go with a low odds bet if you're just starting out. But it doesn't matter. If you can only make 50% from it, then so be it at the start. Profit is profit at the end of the day. So we've got our £5 free bet, and we need to basically find a match or an event that has close odds but a little bit higher as well. What I'd recommend doing is going on to OddsMonkey on the link below and going on the stake not returned calculator and just sort of play about with it. So put £5 back stake, and then the odds, I'll just show you. So let's say the odds are 1.9 and 1.95. Make sure you put your commission in right correctly. Mine's 0% with Smarkets at the moment, but yours might be 2 or it might be 5. So mine's 0. So look, so if the odds are 2 and the back odds are 2 and the lay odds are 2.05, then your profit from this £5 free bet will be £2.44, which is obviously about 50%, just under. But let's go for odds of 6 there and odds of 6.2. Then look at the difference. Your profit from that will be £4, just over. So have a play about on the calculator and see what odds are good, really. I mean, even 6.5, you get so much more than the lower odds. So basically what we need to do is find an event that's happening on Sky Bet. Let's go to the home page. We're on the home page. We'll go to the football page. Here we go. Watford are playing Arsenal tonight. So let's have a look at these odds. Then you want to get yourself onto the exchange, which obviously could be Smarkets, Betfair, Matchbook, BetDAC, whichever exchange you're with. I'm personally with Smarkets. And then what you need to do is just keep looking from Sky Bet to the exchange and find odds that seem quite close. So let's have a look here. So here we've got draw is 3.6. So I'll enter 3.6 into the calculator. And the draw at Smarkets, remember we're looking on the lay section, so that will be 3.85. So let's put that in. So our profit from our £5 free bet there will be £3.37. Make sure it's in stake not returned mode. Obviously we use normal mode for the qualifying bet. See, if I click normal here, then we'll make a loss of 34p. So make sure it's in stake not returned mode. £3.37. I think we can probably do a bit better than that, to be honest. Let's have another look. Correct score markets are normally quite good. Where is that? That's there. have a look at the correct score. So 0-0. 17 and 20. I mean that could be quite good. 17 and 20. So you'll make £4 if you bet on that correct score, which is actually really quite good. That's 80% of the £5 free bet. So that's actually really good. Let's see if we can get any better. What have we got there? 1-0. 0-1. 11 on Sky Bet here. That's for Arsenal to win 1-0. And 1-0 is 13.5. So how does that do? 11 and 13.5. See, that's 3.7. So that's not quite as good. So we'll go back to that. Yeah, so what I mean, if you are just starting out and you have a smaller bank, then basically you might have to go for slightly lower odds, just because the liability on this bet is £76, which basically means you need at least £76 in your exchange account. If you don't have that, then you won't be able to lay the bet. So if we did do the draw 3.6 and 3.85, then at your exchange you'd only need £9.63, which is obviously for some of you that might all you can afford, which is fine. At the start, sometimes you have to take less. I had to take less when I first started out. I mean, it's only at the end of the day, it's only 60 odd p less, so it's not the end of the world. But I'm going to go for not 230. That would be wrong. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place my free bet on the draw at 0-0. Yeah, 0-0 draw. So I could lay £4 at markets. So £4. The liability is 76. Now I've put it on at Sky Bet. Do I need to put? No. So for Sky Bet, you can just leave that blank. Some of the bookies you have to put the £5 in manually, but if you click the promotion button, then that'll be fine. So draw 0-0. You need to just make sure they're still correct, and make sure you look at the terms and conditions of the bet. Sometimes it has to be over a certain odd, has to be over a certain amount of odds, whatever. Maybe has to be over 2.0. Just make sure you're within the regulations of the free bet, which I know I am here. So I'll place that draw at 0-0. So that's placed, and then what I'll do here, against 0-0, make sure you lay it against 0-0, £4, fully matched, and once that event has settled, then our profit will be £4. So obviously if it's a £20 free bet, you just change the stake in here and you do exactly the same thing. So that would have been £16 profit. What I'd recommend doing is downloading OddsMonkey. Like I said, I'll put the link below. Play about with the calculators. That's the best thing to do. Have a play about with all the different calculators. Watch the tutorials and make sure you understand what you're doing. But I hope that video made sense. Cheers.